J. Tower just misses you. We hope you come back soon and see us again and drop in.
Hey, howdy, hey. Happy
Hey,
Saturday.
everyone.
Hello. Hi, Lisa. Hi,
Hello.
Skipper Jay.
Aloha. I can't
Hello
tell you
to our
how
audience.
happy that tower clip made me. Like, that made my entire day when I got
That
sent
is
to me.
pretty
Thank you,
awesome.
Donald. Thank
from
you.
our friends Donald and Marie Nicholson. That was really cool of them to
Yeah.
do. I'm still sharing, so don't mind me.
You know what? You are the king of this because in the entire time we were doing it, I got like 3 shares out while you're just doing one after the other. I just trip over the keyboard. Lisa, hi.
Me too.
Hi.
What's up?
How
Thanks
are
for
you?
joining us, Lisa.
I'm here.
Thank you. We were like, is Lisa joining? I'm like, I think so. So let's see what happens, right?
Oh, I had a conference yesterday and I presented. So everything of mine was everywhere. So I didn't think about that.
That's okay.
Is that why your background is blurry? Are you
I am
hiding?
blurred. Yeah.
You're blurred. What you doing? You're all blurred out. She's hiding something, guys.
It's my office.
She's in witness protection. Hi, Kim.
She's in, yeah. Hey, Kim, I just saw you. Hi, how are you? Hi. What's going on? Happy Saturday to everyone
Hi,
out there.
Nina.
What's up, T Nina? How you feeling?
Don't give up your books, T. Do not give up your books.
No,
Save your books.
That's right. Don't give up your books. I'm still sharing.
Yeah, don't worry. That made my whole, like, I just get the biggest kick out of that. Thank you.
Yeah, that was really fun.
I was really thinking about, in my rush, there was actually one thing that, we were going to talk about tonight that I should have sent in advance to you all to surprise Kim. So we'll see if we cover it.
Wow. Well, tonight's show is not about Kim.
I know. It's not about Alan tonight either.
It's always about
She's
Alan.
planning a surprise party for you. Come on.
She is. Surprise!
She is, for real.
I know, she is. I think she just
It's like
showered and she's been going all day, the poor kid.
The party of all parties, right?
It should be.
Lisa, should we crash it? Should we just show
You should
up?
definitely show up, please.
I don't think it would be that long of a drive.
It wouldn't. And clothes are optional for this party, so that's the good thing.
Nobody wants
Those
to
are
see this.
never optional.
Mm.
Even I don't want to see me without clothes.
T9, I'm glad you're feeling better. Thank you for joining us. We are live. If everybody out there watching could share us out, if you don't mind, and give us some love and hugs and whatever you do out in the social media world.
I think
Yeah.
everyone just left.
Yeah,
They're
everyone's
worried
gone.
about your clothing optional party.
Oh, yeah. As soon as I mentioned clothing is optional,
That's
everybody
why I
just
said nobody wants to
bailed.
see this show. No.
I was going to bring my teenager, but he might enjoy that.
Yeah.
Family friendly, right?
You know what?
house.
Yeah. We could be sassy, not grassy. We could
We can be sassy.
walk that
Definitely.
line.
Push
We can
the
walk
envelope, right?
that line in a
Okay.
straight line.
Oh
We
my
can say
gosh.
things. We can say things.
Yeah. We could say and do things.
Okay.
You
sounds
know?
good.
Just got to do it like old time radio.
Right.
Is this working tonight? I guess
Hey,
so.
Dave, how is everyone in your household feeling?
Definitely better. I mean, Colton was fine after a couple days anyway, but Kim and I are finally getting back our energy. It's still rough, though. I'll tell you, COVID is no joke. I mean, the symptoms, besides the fatigue, weren't awful. It's just really the fatigue, and at some point in the day, knowing you need a nap in order to get through. Like your body just says, "All right, I need to go to sleep." So
Yeah. You hit a wall at some point. And you're like, oh, I'm done.
yeah, you do. I mean, I was so surprised. I know a lot of people said it, and then when we got it, I was just like really tired. And so
We were talking before the show, and I was surprised none of us caught it in Florida.
right.
I really thought being back at the parks, just going through MCO alone, which is
Right?
A nightmare.
that should be the CDC germ factory.
Just trying to get Burger King before you get on your JetBlue flight return home. That line is looks like COVID. Said, "I'll have a COVID burger, please."
You know, the people behind me bust out their Taco Bell, and I was so hungry. I was like,
I love Taco
"Hey,
Bell.
should I offer them some money for their food?"
We were talking about what to get for dinner tonight, and I was like, "Can we get?" Every time Kim asks, I'm like, "Can we get Taco Bell?" She's like, "No." Like, please, Taco Bell. Yeah, the fatigue is no joke, Tina. I know. I can't wait to go to bed.
Well, that's me on a normal night, but
yeah. Well, then I don't feel bad. We have a fun topic plan, I think, and so our topic came up because Kim's old friend reached out to her, and he wants to plan a trip for his family. He hasn't been to Walt Disney World since he was in 4th grade or something like that. So much has changed, right? And so, he's got children, he's married, and he's like, I need help. So Kim's like, okay, well, come to us. Perfect place. We'll help you. So I said, what are the things you really want to know? What's like the top 10 things somebody should know when planning a trip to Walt Disney World, either as a newbie, right? Someone who's never been there before, or you haven't been there in like forever. So I figured we'd go through somewhat of a top 10 list that we came up with and go through them and talk about like, little discussion points. So
I think we have a great topic tonight.
Yeah, I think so. I think that it'll be helpful to anybody who is planning a trip and hasn't been in a long time or has never been, because when you start to help somebody who has never been or hasn't been in a very long time, you start to go, we're insane. Like literally.
Yeah.
We're nuts. Like you start talking about Genie and doing things and making reservations. You're like, I can't believe we actually do this.
I try really hard not to use abbreviations.
Right.
But people are going like, I don't want to say TOT for tower or MK for
DAS.
Yeah, because
right. ADR.
Never use the abbreviation for alien swirling saucer. That will get you in trouble.
Yes,
Same with All Star Sports.
Right. Yeah, definitely.
Now, these are the kind of people I love. I love helping people who are either first going or this is the beginning of their
blank slate.
Going. Yeah, because I love to be that weird Disney guy at the office that I can help anybody with their trip anytime. Ask me a question about anything.
Yeah,
I apparently have no life outside Disney.
I know. When I start to talk to people, I foam at the mouth, and I'm like, okay, calm down. Seriously, take a Xanax or something. You're getting out of control. You're getting excited.
It's been a lifelong obsession, and I'm just so glad for social media because I can share it with people and not be the weird office guy. There's more like me.
Well, there's more of us out there, right? Yeah.
Right.
More of us.
We are.
Let's see. One of my siblings goes for the first. Well, I shouldn't say that. He went. I don't even know if everybody knows, but he went when we were growing up. But he's taking his boys for the first time, so they're excited. So it's a first time of a family of 4 going, and so we've had all these conversations. I'm like, oh my gosh, there's more. I've got to tell them more.
How old are the boys?
6 and 8.
Yeah.
Oh, they're in that perfect
age.
Yeah.
It's all the make believe is real. They're gonna have an awesome time.
Yes, they will.
Yeah.
And just thinking about even like because you have to think about the people's personal interest. So like dad's a firefighter trainer, so of course they're going to need to go and see like the firehouse. So like there's some things that will be very specific to them that a lot of times I just don't even think about.
You don't think about, right? Exactly.
Hey Lisa, how many first timers or new timers do you get that want to eat in the castle? How many people is that a priority on their first trip?
Pretty much everyone except for this one because they have 2 boys.
Right.
So, but every other, I think every family that I have ever helped pretty much wants to eat at they want to eat at Cinderella's Royal Table, or if as a secondary, if that's not available, or if they love Beauty and the Beast, then they want to go to Be Our Guest.
Be Our Guest is huge.
So it's usually one or the other, but most often Cinderella's Royal Table. But
yeah.
How many clients come back to you and go, I didn't eat in the ballroom. I am unsatisfied.
I wanted the ballroom, not the
West
Wing.
Yeah, I didn't want to eat in Beast's trash room. I wanted the ballroom.
You know what? I like all 3 rooms though. Like I wouldn't.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
All 3 of them have their own touch.
Yeah. Well, and right now in the ballroom with the Beast walking straight through the middle, like I would almost guess that the West Wing and East Wing or whatever they're called are almost better for seeing the Beast because they're a little bit smaller and he walks around. So
It's really exciting when he does walk through
Don't-
and the music goes and they announce him. I'm
really is.
going to be 50 next week. I still get excited when I see Beast. Yeah.
I went with one of my travel advisor friends. Her and I went to be our guest last trip. And like we both got teary-eyed when the
Yeah.
Beast came through. And we're like, we have done this so many times. What is
Right.
wrong with us?
Yeah, he's just so big and like, yeah, it's very
It's
cool.
exciting, even
impressive.
It's
but that
funny
was
because
my first time post COVID too. So I was
Right.
excited to see the Beast was there, period.
you guys are on your own here because I could care less about the Beast. I just want to eat in the dang ballroom, and if I can't eat in the ballroom, it's not worth the
You
money.
don't want to go.
See, I like
If I
to
can't
go.
get what I want, I'm gonna throw a fit.
I like to go to the West Wing because I like to see
Exactly.
the rows, and I like to see the painting change with the
Yes.
lighting. So
I think it's all cool.
I know,
Um,
and I like the big spinning Belle and Beast and the other. So like
Yeah.
I'm good with any of them. I have ears that are gonna fly
At
off in a
that
minute.
price,
That's
Beast
okay.
needs to put me in his best table.
Yeah.
I'm
Beast
sorry,
needs to
that-
actually
for a
eat with you.
prefix menu for that
Yeah.
price.
He
Don't
needs
put
to
me
feed-
in
So
the trash
good
room
though.
or the servants' room. You're putting me in the ballroom.
In the servants' room. In the servants' room.
I actually have a good tip for first timers or people that haven't been in a while. People that always ask about saving money. And Jay, if you want to float the monorail, we can talk about our
Yes,
sponsor,
that's a
DVC
good
Dash Rental.
You know what? It's on the lake. It's ready to float. Shall we float?
Float.
Float.
We all float here.
We all float.
Wrong one.
What happened?
Whenever we talk about floating monorails, I think about Modest Mouse, Float On.
Mm-hmm.
We all float
Float
on.
on,
Okay.
We
I'm
always
singing
end up
that.
singing. That happens.
You know what? Get that. I get that album on vinyl. It's 10 times better.
Yeah.
It really is.
I always have that song stuck in our head. Here is our DVC-rental.com deal of the week. And if you're talking about going to Disney and you first thing that comes out of your mouth is, how do I save money? You rent DVC points. I don't know why more people don't look into doing this. I think maybe they feel like it's a catch or a gimmick, like some sort of timeshare that you have to walk through and go on a tour. This is none of that. This is people own DVC Vacation Club, Disney Vacation Club points, and they can't make it or they want to rent out their points. And DVC-rental.com does that for them. And you, on the other end of it, get the benefit from it because this day, in particular, our deal of the week is a check-in of. Go
Hey,
ahead.
Dave, I'm sorry, but we've got multiple people in the comments. David, Becky. Hi, Becky. All saying
It's sold. Oh no! What about the ballroom? Hi guys, it's sold. It's sold. It says pricing's insane. He sent it to me though. And maybe I can reach out to Scott while we're talking about this.
You know what I will say about this, though, is this is a heck of a deal. If we were going as friends,
Yeah,
if we use our 50% off code, $50 off code, sorry,
that's right. NTD 50.
50, you punch that in, you get the code from us, for us, and between the four of us, it's only $325
Wow.
for 4 nights in
Well,
Jumbo House. And
And
that's
so, right.
beats. I mean, that's way less than if we wanted to stay at Port Orleans.
I just messaged Scott Ferrioli, Scott at dvc-rental.com, and said that the deal is sold, but he sent it to me earlier.
Donald wins the night with Alan probably bought it.
He probably did, but
He
I
probably
loaded this
did.
image earlier, and so he had sent it to me. We must have just sold it. Oh, I guess it actually updates. No, I loaded this picture a while ago. All right, so, but anyway, for an example, this deal that sold is a check-in of the 23rd of March and checkout of the 27th for next year. This is a 2023 deal. So you can book all the way out to 2023. And like Jay said, this is only $1,352 for a 4-night deal. And you use the promo code NTD50 that we have loaded for you here. And what happens? You get $50 off, right?
Right. And Dave, I'm looking at the Disney World website right now, and I'm looking at the same number of nights for All-Star Music. Without tickets, that's $1,700.
Wow.
That's a huge
So
savings.
you're huge savings, and you get to stay at a 4-star resort.
Scott Ferrioli just said there's actually 2 other deals right around that time frame at Animal Kingdom as well. So this one is sold, but there are 2 others still available. So if you go on the website and check it out, you'll see the 2 other deals that are not sold. And if you want to get those deals and apply the promo code NTD50, you would save $50 off those. So Animal Kingdom's a beautiful resort. How do you get this deal? What's the best way? Get in touch with Scott again at scott@tvc-rental.com. You can check out tvc-rental.com all over social media. And don't forget about the other portion of their business, which is buyandsell.dvc.com, because a lot of people don't know about this either. If you have DVC contract or contracts that you're looking to sell, this is the place to go if you want to do it, or you want to buy a resale contract. Again, they're the people for you. So they're a one-stop shop. They'll make it happen for you. And so I'm going to get rid of this deal.
I would say anything DVC, just go to Scott.
Right. I see something. Oh, it does say so. Yeah. Lisa, thank you.
It really is worth, like,
Right.
I've done several quick trips, last minute, added a day at the beginning or end of a trip, or even like one of my work trips. And I couldn't stay in our conference hotel outside of Disney for the price that I could get a DVC night.
Right.
So
Right.
it really, it helps a lot if you're
It does.
And there's so much more spacious than a typical hotel room. So.
I know. And then you're on property. It's okay, Scott. Don't worry about it. Things happen. And I'm glad it sold. Do we get credit for that one? I mean,
credit, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we just post it and it's gone.
Right. It's already gone. I mean, maybe we did that. But it is a big tip that I give to people when they talk about, going to Disney and where do we stay and what do we do and how we save money. Mm-hmm. You rent DVC points. And I want to make sure that we also mention our friends at D-Magic World, dmagicworld.com, 24/7 streaming Disney music magic. Please check these guys out as well. This is something that you can do. You can tune into dmagicworld.com and listen to park music or Disney movie music, because they have both stations available while you're planning your trip. Don't forget them. They're awesome. And you could also hear Disney Night Live, little snippets on Thursdays and Sundays at specific times, because they play us, which is very cool.
It's awesome.
I'm not gonna lie, I listen every Sunday and Thursday just so I can hear us.
Yeah.
Even though we have a podcast now, I still listen.
We don't get enough of ourselves. We're full of ourselves here at Disney Night Live.
Well, some of you are. Speak for yourselves.
Yeah.
Alan's not here. Don't make fun of him.
Yeah, this is true. Come on, smelly Alan. Well, that was awesome. We got through all of that, and our deal is sold. So we get credit for that, Scott. If you're still watching, I'm very excited about that.
Allergy attack. Sorry, everyone.
That's okay. You feeling all right?
Good. Just allergy attack.
Yeah. All right. Well,
living in the country.
It'll do it to you. What do we got? That's kind of trying to buy new cases. So let's talk about, what do we think our top 10 items are for people that are going, and you can apply this to any Disney location and a lot of other trips. It doesn't just have to be Disney. Not all of this is going to apply there, but most of this will apply to any Disney location, and specifically Walt Disney World. Newbies or people that haven't gone in forever, and they're like, oh, I need help. I heard it's like you got to do a lot of planning.
People who are going to go and be so overwhelmed and so frustrated and so beaten by the system, they'll never go back. If we don't help them.
Right, exactly. And I hear that all the time. We had the worst time of the world. Well, did you do this? No. Did you do this? No. We saw the castle. How about the other parks? There's other parks. these are like the things you hear. So you want to be informed. You really want to know. So when Kim's friend called the other day and we were talking him through it, John, about, what's the first thing? And Kim's like, what do you think the first thing is? And I said, set a budget, right? Set a budget, because your budget is going to help you know how long you're going to go for, where you're going to stay. Are you going to be on property? You're going to be off of property, right? How much money do you want to spend on your Disney World vacation? Is this a once in a lifetime?
The first thing you want to do, I'd say, Dave, because you want to figure this out before you go, how much you have to spend versus how much you can spend.
Yeah, you want to know what your box is. You need to stay within this box of a budget. So, because what happens when you don't have a box, you're going to go outside of it, and next thing you know, you're just spending a ton of money. So, how much money do you want to spend?
And I mean, I do have some folks that ask, well, just tell me what it costs and we'll see if we can do it, but either way, like if you start with a number, either, a number that you've come up with or the numbers that you hear from a travel advisor or something, like at least you have a place to start, because it's expensive.
It is expensive, right?
No matter how many people are going, and it just really, it adds up fast.
It does. And, not even just staying at a deluxe resort, staying at a value or a moderate resort adds up. And if you go on right now and you look at the new deals that were announced for 2023 and you start looking at the prices, I mean, yeah, it is expensive. And you don't want to be like, I want to stay at Grand Floridian, and that's the place you want to stay at. And then you see it's going to cost you. You should know your budget, and then not be like, oh, I thought I was going to get it for this amount.
You're not going to have any fun if you can't eat in the parks. You'll get really cranky.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So,
and for some people, if it's really cost prohibitive, there's no shame in staying off property.
No, not at all.
No.
Renting these houses is really another inexpensive way, right? So renting Disney vacation points. If you know somebody who has a vacation club and they don't want the points, they can gift you the points. Or again, there are off-site resorts and these homes that are really cool and have built-in pools and stuff screened in that aren't that expensive as well. So
some of them are themed to Harry Potter or Star Wars. There's some really cool, if you look up.
Very cool. Yes.
And really good options for big families, like with taking 5 kids.
Yeah.
Or, if one of my best friend would come, she would bring her too. And so we would have a house full of people. Unless we would have rented like a 3-bedroom villa or something, we would have maxed out 2 to 3 rooms, so it was always, oftentimes if it was a big party, it might be a little bit better to look off property.
Yeah. I mean,
I know that I'm probably not supposed to say that, but if it means the difference between you getting to all 4 parks versus, staying at a Disney-owned hotel, you have to make those tough decisions that will do the best.
Being honest, I think that's the best way to be here.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. I mean,
we're not going to sugarcoat it, because you don't have to stay in the bubble. You don't have to go into debt to do this.
Yeah. I mean, and we're not owned by any sort of travel agency or anything, right? So we have a sponsor, DVC-Rental.
I thought you were owned.
I am owned by Kimberly.com.
Yeah, I was going to say, we're all married. We're all owned by somebody.
Hi, Matthew Lake. What's going on, man? Thanks for tuning in.
Sorry, sorry,
right.
Tim. I just made sure that he knew.
Oh, I know who owns me. Even before DVC-Rental was a sponsor, I would have recommended DVC, renting DVC points and them as well. But you mentioned, Jay, these themed houses, and I've got to bring up. So Tim Tracker has done some vlogs where his family gets invited to these themed houses. I've seen Harry Potter. I've seen a board game themed house, which was absolutely insane. Video games, Disney, and then one of the houses, every room has a different theme. So, and you can see like 15 people in these houses.
Please tell me it's a Doctor Who house, because I'll rent it all to myself.
I haven't seen the Doctor Who house. But if there is one, I will let you know. But like
Ah,
the board game house was so cool. They had some of the rooms had like puzzles that you had to do like Clue in order to get out of the room. So like they're
Oh
interactive.
my.
Yeah, I mean,
in the middle of the night, when as Madeline Kahn says in Paper Moon, this little gal's got to take a winky tink.
you don't want to have
That could be a problem.
that isn't well.
The
This is
cleaning
for fun.
deposit
Like,
might
yeah,
be gone at that point.
true. This is true. Find a corner and go.
Right.
But
There are many housing options for
exactly.
Yeah.
I had thought also know when you want to go.
Mhm.
When do you want to go? Because you ask people, all right, when do you want to go? And they're like, I don't know. Well, it's like you need to think about this because going to Disney, there's seasons, right? Disney has seasons,
Mhm.
and it's going to cost you more or less money depending on the season, and the crowd's going to be crazy or a little less crazy depending on the season.
I thought you meant hot, hot, and hottest.
Well,
I
also
did
that.
not realize that you meant.
So, right. So when do you want to go to? Do you want to go and do your kids want to swim? Well, you really might not want to go in December unless your kids are, want to go in a little chillier water. Do you
Right.
want to see the decorations
Right.
for Christmas or Halloween? Do you want to see them switch over? Do you want to see a parade or not a parade, but like one of these, Halloween
Very
shows,
specific
right?
party, right.
He's not so scary.
Right.
I'm going to add to that, Dave. In knowing when you want to go is, and I'm going to bring this up a lot tonight. What is most important to you?
Right.
You decide to pick these things. Like for me, lowest crowd possible is top priority. So I check every crowd calendar,
Yeah.
triple, quadruple, 25, check every single one, do touring plans, all of it to find the lowest wait times.
T9 says not in summer ever again. Hey, Mary. Yeah.
Seasons.
Well, and again, Kim, I mean like Disney seasons, right? So they
Right.
have their peak seasons, which is
Right.
going to cost you more money than another season. So
Right.
that's
Just
how
like
they do it. Yeah.
super busy times are around the holidays or during school breaks. You
Yeah,
know,
spring break.
oh my goodness.
Christmas, New Year's.
Yes.
If you don't want to be wall to wall people, you may not want to go during spring break, as an example.
Right. And we go every spring break. Like somebody said that to me today. I was at the car dealership and yesterday at work. And they're like, you go at spring break, isn't it crazy? And I'm like, yeah, but we're used to that crazy.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's our normal.
You're fine. Right.
And we're
You're
fine with it.
Yeah.
Right. And it's getting a little easier now that Colton's getting older, navigating that craziness. But I think the first time you get into that spring break craziness, you're like, oh, it was the first, we were coming off the monorail and it was Easter Sunday. And we were coming off the monorail going into Magic Kingdom. I said to Kim, there were so many people. I said, it looks like a zombie apocalypse. And it was just like, joining into Magic Kingdom. Like, I don't think we're going to make this.
Right.
Yeah. But so we're used to that crazy.
And knowing which parks to go to during that craze as well,
Mhm.
because I may veer from, if it's, let's say, food and wine festival, like that's when I want to go, or Festival of the Arts, I may hit the middle of the time instead of the very first days when it is
Right.
packed.
Or
Or
the week,
if
or the
it's
week,
the
days of the week. Right,
Right.
exactly.
The weekday,
Yeah.
there's lots of things that the three of us can
Yes.
through that are automatic for us when we're planning.
Yeah.
But it's really good to tell your friends.
I never go to the parks on the weekends. That is just a no.
Right. And especially Epcot on a Saturday.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Epcot on a Saturday, you're getting the locals as well. And you're
Right.
going to see bachelor parties and bachelorette parties, and you're going to see a lot of drunk people, especially at one of these festivals. So I like to pick our Epcot days on non-weekend days. Yeah, definitely. Hey, Dan Taylor, what's going on? Coach Dan. This is a very simple tip. Download the My Disney Experience app. You're going to need this. This is like your Bible for Disney. And learn like the app. Just get to know the app because you're going to be on this app a lot, whether you're on your computer or your device, like your phone. And you're going to be, if you're planning a trip, you're going to be doing a lot of things through this app. So get to know the app and figure it out. So it's just a very quick.
There's so much to do on there. There's so much to play with. The thing about the app is you're going to find yourself, especially in the weeks and like 2 months leading up to your trip, being on that app all the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. changing reservations, doing things.
I'm in the app all the time, even if I don't have a trip
Yeah.
planned, just because I'm a psycho.
See, I have to delete the app when I come home.
Oh, you do? Yeah.
Because I get sad because if not, I'll look at it and be like,
I look at it, and like when your plans are over and there's nothing, when you like your first day home and you look and you're like, there's nothing in my Disney Experience app. I feel like a loser.
The worst is you look at it and it's like, oh, I was at Disney yesterday.
See, I know it's awful. God, we torture ourselves. We're like Disney martyrs. I
see Mary said she avoids Magic Kingdom on Saturday.
That's another, exactly, because it's going to get crazy. The locals are, at the car dealership today, the guy, I'm signing the papers, and the guy's like, "What's your favorite park?" And I go, "Animal Kingdom." And he goes, "You know what my least favorite park is?" And I said, "Animal Kingdom." I said, "Well, what's your favorite?" He said, "Magic Kingdom." I said, "I have a love-hate relationship with Magic Kingdom because I love everything about Magic Kingdom other than the people that are so entitled and pushing you and shoving you and hitting you with strollers and the craziness about it. So I love it, but I want it less crowded."
Dave, I'm not going to lie, this last trip, on Magic Kingdom Day, I think about 98 minutes into the day, I went, "Oh, y'all want to play chicken? Let's play chicken."
Yeah, right.
Let's play shoulder chicken.
Let's start to threaten people.
You get bumped, you get bumped.
Right. Let's do this. I'm going to run you right into that little train track on Main Street.
If you are little Sarah, Sally, Sue, and details,
right.
Get out of my way.
Yeah. Walk around with a pin and pop the kids' balloons.
It's adults who try to bully you out of the way, and you just hit a point early on. It's like, no, I'm not playing this.
No, not at all.
Come at me, bros.
Come at me, bros. Colton says it all the time. And here's another non-biased point, because we do a live stream, right? And we would love for you or other people out there that aren't watching tonight to tune in and watch us. But I'm going to mention a lot, and I think maybe the two of you will as well. Watch vlogs about resorts and Genie Plus and parks, attractions, so you're prepared. And I'm going to tell you, Paging Mr. Morrow, Nate, Tim Tracker, The Diz, allears.net, Disney Food Blog, just to name a few.
Just stole all mine.
I mean, there's a ton of them, but
there are many.
Another great one, Touring Plans. And Touring Plans has the Touring Plans Teaches series out right now. You're not going to get more information about Genie Plus, or they're doing a resort series right now. What's her name? I think her name is Becky, and she's amazing. She does these videos. I'm telling you, watch the Genie Plus Touring Plans Teaches videos. She'll teach you everything you need to know about this crazy system. So,
and Genie, once you get the hang of it, it really isn't that bad.
It's not. But when you start telling people who have never been there before, well, you need the app, and then you're going to have to learn to use Genie Plus, and they're like, huh? Oh, and there's Genie Plus, and then there's Lightning Lane.
Yeah.
Then one's free, and then one you pay, and you get all this, and then the other one is an a la carte, right?
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Allears.net, Molly over there, I watched her vlogs, and I learned everything I needed to learn, and I played with the app. And so by the time I got to Magic Kingdom, I was able to stack one after the other. So when lunch was done, I really walked onto five big rides right after lunch.
And Molly's favorite thing is Fiddle Faddle. Go into the app and Fiddle Faddle if you're in Genie Plus, because something that's not available, as soon as you refresh and Fiddle Faddle, she likes to call it, there it is. It pops up a different time, or maybe the attraction. So watch
whenever she says that, I want caramel popcorn.
You want Crunch and Munch, don't you?
Yeah. There you go. You want it.
I used to work for American Home Products, and they made Crunch and Munch, and you can go into the company store, and for 25 cents you could buy a box. That was my lunch almost every day.
I'd be going in with a $20 bill on a Friday and knowing I'm doing all weekend.
I'm taking it all.
None for anybody else.
Right, exactly. Hi, Jody. What's going on?
The microphone won't stand still tonight.
That's all right.
Great.
Let's see.
I love your comment, but I'm afraid to post it.
Right.
Fiddle Faddle is a snack. Yes, it is a snack, Mary.
I agree with everything you say here, T, but please don't swear in the comments, guys. I can't post that.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Well, yeah.
We're trying to be a clean show, and if we're doing a podcast
Alan's not
thing
here.
now, right?
Yeah.
We want it. We don't want the explicit rating on it. Yeah. So
Tito says, "Oh my God, people are blank in Pirates. There is a pile of trash on one of the decorative crates where people were just piling their trash." And
It's
a
gross.
waste back at 15 feet ahead. It is gross. And that's, there's no reason to be disrespectful to the park and your fellow guests when you go.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Nobody deserves to clean up after you, especially when always in sight there's pretty much a trash can.
I say that all the time
as
here.
one of Walt's rules. I mean, you need to have.
No, it is. There, pound for pound, Disney has like the most trash cans you'll ever see.
Yeah.
There's one like every couple of feet, right? Some of them talk to you, by the way.
There's the old cast member in me where I still walk by people that drop trash, go pick it up.
Yeah.
I love they walk my kids, but
the grabbers. They have the grabbers for the garbage.
Mm-hmm.
What's another one here? So here's one. Plan your day. Your park reservations, attractions, meals, and breaks. And I think watching vlogs and learning stuff and maybe talking to people who know about Disney, you're going to learn that you need to plan your day. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Disney is very enjoyable. We love it, but there is planning that goes into it. For the most part, now you have to have a park reservation. You can't just waltz into Hollywood Studios on any given day. You need to have a reservation to get into a park on a specific day, right? You want to know what attractions you might want to do at that park. You might want to figure out where you want to eat, what's important to you. Like you said, Jay, what's important to you? What do you want to do?
And that's what I was going to say. You got to figure out, because it's also so big, you kind of need to make a battle plan.
Right.
When I go, okay, what's most important to me? It's the Magic Kingdom, Haunted Mansion. So it's the first thing I do. And my plan is to fan out to the left, do all the entire west side, and make my way to the east because I know what I want to do and what I can accomplish in the day.
Right. Yeah.
And you have to have a little flexibility and have plan B. Like that's one of the
thank you.
Because you never know, if Big Thunder Mountain is your favorite, there may be lightning and it may be closed down, or all of the outside attractions may be closed down. So so maybe I can go ride Pirates instead, or like just have a little bit of flexibility because things happen, and maybe a thunderstorm. You never know.
Right. Rides are big machines. They do break down from time to time.
They break down. There's outdoor rides that stop, like Lisa's saying, with the weather. And if you have a plan B and you're friendly with the app and you can look real quick and find something with a small wait time, you could head over to Pirates and know that the queue is super long, but you never really wait that long on it because it's a constantly moving ride.
It's a big people eater.
It's a big people eater, right? So, they're loading boats and head over to Pirates and get on Pirates instead. So don't be afraid to change your plans there.
Or take your break at Country Bear Jamboree, or go take a nap at the Hall
Tiki Room.
I thought everyone did Country Bears. Everyone.
What?
I thought everyone did the Country Bears automatically.
Oh.
Never did.
I didn't know it was optional.
It's not really optional in my family, but I know several that it's been very optional for.
We still haven't done it. And so this past trip, we did Tiki Room for the first time ever. And next time, I think we have to do Country Bears.
I am so going to Magic Kingdom with you guys next time.
Yeah, I do want to see Country Bears. And I wanted to see Tiki Room. And we did it. And it was adorable. So, but
I love Tiki Room. What's great about Country Bears is this show is 50 years old. And they've chopped some pieces out of it. But every time I go see the show at Magic Kingdom, doesn't matter the time of day, the house is full. People clap along, people sing along, people laugh. This show is still fresh 5 decades later.
That is awesome.
Mary agrees. Country Bears is not optional. But like there's like I also like with my brother and sister-in-law and their boys, I said there's a few things where when the boys are getting hot and tired, like these are things you can go in a queue that's inside, or you can sit down for a few minutes. So
also, I was going to say with the app and with the Walt Disney World website, you can actually pull up restaurants and pull up the menu, see not just what the ingredients are, what the prices are. So going back to budgeting and also planning your day, months in advance, you can actually plan out all your meals and what you're going to spend.
Right.
So you
Right.
know going into the park that day.
Budgeting.
Yeah.
Right.
Right, for sure.
And I saw Becky made a comment a little while ago, and I think, and Jay, this is one of your tips.
Yeah.
Do what's most important to you and your travel party, right? Know you won't see and do everything in one visit. And I think Becky was saying that, right? So you're not disappointed. You're not going to see and do everything in one trip.
And I think the trick to that is to make that exciting, because there's a reason to come back. I didn't get to do this. I didn't get to see that. So it makes the fun of planning the next trip going, okay, I didn't do Seven Dwarfs at all, but I'm going to do it next time.
Yeah. See, like for us, every trip when we haven't done something like Tiki Room, or next time it'll be Country Bears Jamboree, we'll do that. And then we'll be like, oh my God, like one time it was Carousel of Progress. We just had never done it. And we did it. And Colton loved it. And we loved it. We're like, done. And this was so much fun. So there's so much to do there that it's always new, you know?
Right.
And it keeps it fresh.
Yeah.
And don't be afraid to do things you don't think you would enjoy. Like I hopped on the riverboat last time, which I love doing, but surprise, surprise, I got the whole boat to myself.
Really?
Yeah. So I got first ride of the day. I rode the Liberty Bell all by myself. And
Wow.
The king of Disney World. So don't be
of the world.
I totally was tempted to do it, but
Now, don't try to tell us that you didn't do that in your head. Like,
Clothes were optional too for that one.
oh my,
just the pants, just the pants.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I'm a duck, so pants are optional. It's just who we are. It's our religion.
The king of the world. That Magic Kingdom, you're right at. You're escorted right out of there.
yeah, escorted, invited not to ever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's a great tip. I'm sorry, Lisa.
Oh, I just want to say it's a great tip to know what you really want to see, and then just be okay with what you do see. You know, like I always tell people, don't discount parades. They aren't like your parades at home. You know, kind of make a plan to see one, but then also make sure you see the fireworks.
Right.
And be close enough to the castle so you can see the projections.
Yeah.
Because they're unlike. You'll be disappointed when you go back home for your fireworks. You know, after you've seen them at Disney.
Disney fireworks will ruin all fireworks forever.
But I always, you know, I usually recommend that folks at least try to see a parade or more, and then always try to do the nighttime spectacular, especially if they're only going to the park one day.
Well, right, exactly.
Yeah.
If you're only doing Magic Kingdom one day, or a certain park one day during your trip, and I always recommend do all 4 parks. Don't be the one that comes home and says, "Oh, we only did Magic Kingdom," and you know what I mean, like, or we went to Universal and saw the castle.
Bless their hearts.
Yeah, right. Take in the 4 parks, and trust me, there's something in each park for each person.
I had someone come home upset with me because they thought that they were so disappointed. They only went to one park. They didn't get to see the castle. And come to find out, they only went to Hollywood Studios.
Right.
And I was like, why didn't you just ask me? Like, what were you asking for?
I never want to hear that from somebody.
Why didn't you look at the website to see what's there first? I didn't say it.
It's so sad sometimes.
Somebody said it.
There was an elderly couple when we were there in April, and I heard them talking to a cast member, and they were like, "We want to do this," and the cast member was like, "Well, that's in this park, and you're in this park," and it's like heartbreaking, you know.
It really is. Especially when you love it so much, and you're back, and they're like, "We're gonna go to Disney again."
You should have watched Disney Live top 10 tips for newbies, and you know. So talking about ways to save, we talked about renting Disney Vacation Club points. Know if you want to stay on site, on property, you want to be in the bubble, you want to be outside of the bubble. Look for ways to save money: drinks, food, merchandise, airfare, renting DVC, etc. There's a lot of different ways. There are different ways to save. There's actually vlogs. If you go in to YouTube and type in ways to save at Disney, there's vlogs. You might be able to find cheap tickets through, what is it, Undercover Tourist?
Yeah.
Maybe. I know that people have saved money using them. You stay off-site versus staying on-site. You save money. You do a grocery delivery service. You can save money versus buying on-site. What do you guys think are good ways to save? Like, what's something, if people were like, how do I save money when going to Disney? What's something you would say to them?
Great way to save money, especially visiting the Disney parks, is you can bring your own food
into the park, right?
You can bring a lunch and picnic out on the AstroTurf at the hub.
Yeah, and you can bring a cooler in. I think you just can't have something like a cooler on wheels, but you can actually bring in like a cooler bag, right? So sandwiches, food, drinks.
Picnics, like snacks with all of the kids, and especially my kids that eat like birds. Like, we share meals, we bring our water in, because think about it, water times 7.
Yeah.
That's a pretty quick. That's a pretty quick.
What is it, $3.50 a bottle of water or something like that, right?
$4.50 now. When it went from $3 to $3.50, that's when I broke and got the Brita, and I bring a Brita water bottle to every trip, and it saves me so much money.
Right.
And we don't even have this as one of our tips, but anywhere that there is a fountain soda service at a park or location, you can get free ice water.
Right.
You can ask for a cup. You can never be turned down. Disney will give you a cup. I don't know if they're going to give you a lid and straw anymore, because they're into that.
Bring your own straw if you want a straw these days.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
But you will get a cup of ice water, so that's another way to save.
And if I don't know about the straw, and this was something that someone brought up to me the other day, because I don't know if Disney paper straws are gluten-free, because some straws made with paper have gluten. So I would say people just take your own silicone
straws,
your own metal straw, plastic, whatever it is that you would normally take. But
don't bring the stainless steel ones, though. Did you guys hear about the guy who had a stainless steel one? Was walking around with it, tripped, went through his eye, and killed him.
No.
Oh my gosh.
So no stainless steel ones.
Good night, everybody. This was a good show. Have a good night.
I'm done.
No, is this a true story?
Yeah.
Oh God, that is awful.
I never used the stainless steel ones because of that story.
Yeah.
I heard Chris laughing in the background.
I heard it.
I heard something.
Yeah.
Silicone straws only. Tell them. Yeah. Stainless steel is not the way I would go, but you would. I mean, who would think of it? Yeah.
So Mary said they do have some special ones for kids.
Oh, they do.
Cellulose.
Okay, good. Well, I'm really into recycling, and I'm all for it, and like save the environment, like seriously. But I'm lost because I don't know if this is all by you guys, but by us, they're not doing the plastic bags anymore at the grocery store.
Mm-hmm.
So I no longer have that giant stack of plastic bags in order to like go and get the dogs, on the lawn.
I call them poopy bags.
Right, right. So we use them for recycling to capture all of our bottles and cans in. I'm lost with that. So what are we going to do now?
I've had to start buying doggy bags, and I'm not happy about it.
I use sandwich bags. We buy a box of 100 sandwich bags at a time.
Not that coordinated. It will look like a Jackson Pollock if I try to pick up with a sandwich bag.
Put your hand in, and then you pull the bag.
No. I'm not even going to try. I know me. I know me way too well. I'm the clumsiest person I know.
Yeah, that's lovely. We really went.
This is a whole new show. 10 different tips for picking up your dog's booby. It's okay. It's just a baby Ruth.
I usually
Ruth.
Funny thing is, I usually take extra Ziploc bags with me in my bag for whatever reason. Sometimes we go to a show or we go somewhere to eat, but like we constantly have just a bunch of stuff with us, and I think it saves us a lot of money in the end.
Yes.
I don't know if it really does, but we think it does.
Yeah.
I like bringing sandwich bags to the parks because I put my phone in them on things like Splash Mountain, Pirates.
We always have a box delivered, or we bring some from home because we have groceries delivered, and we bag snacks for the park.
Yes.
Right, so goldfish, Cheez-Its, whatever. You're not bringing the whole box in. We'll have little sandwich bags full of snacks. And Colton's hungry. Here you go. Other than the Disney novelty snacks, but yeah. So
that's a big money saver.
It is.
$3 to $5 for a snack every time your kiddo wants a snack during the day, especially in their growth spurts.
Is there any snacks $3 now? I think they're all $5 above.
It's expensive, yeah.
Right. Very expensive.
We're talking about staying in the bubble or outside of the bubble. Wherever you stay, remember, most likely where you're coming from. Like when we go, we're getting through our New Jersey winter. We're going to a warmer weather. Enjoy your resort. Try to schedule an off day from the parks and the hullabaloo, if that's the right thing to say, fiddle faddle, hullabaloo. Try to schedule an off day. Enjoy your resort. And if you're staying on property, the pools, right? Or go see another resort. Maybe have a dining reservation at a different resort to see that resort. Enjoy it.
Yeah, and there's so much to do in Orlando.
Right.
If you leave the bubble, it's a great city. There's a lot of great food. There's great museums. Great shopping.
What? Mary, I'm gonna be 50 next week. 60.
I am trying to keep everything clean, Mary.
Did I say something that I'm trying to remember?
I couldn't help but laugh.
Because old with fiddle faddle. Well, only because Molly says it.
The comments popping off tonight.
Yes, I love it. You know what it was? We had Kevin John on last week, and he dropped a couple curse words, and I think it's been contagious. It's contagious. It's not just Alan.
Right? I know. I feel like the mouth monitor here. Like, nope, can't say that. Can't say that.
That's why Mary's saying it, because she's saying I said fiddle faddle and hullabaloo. Right. I am. I'm going to be 50 next week, and I'm starting to say old things like sharp. That's sharp.
Starting to say old things.
Yes.
You know what?
Hullabaloo.
What I get to look for.
It doesn't matter is what I tell myself.
It doesn't matter until you start saying stuff like this. Mary's right. Look at me. I'm an old man.
You know what? I'm at the point in life I sit on the couch and get off the couch the same way by going,
oh God. When your dog goes to curl up and like goes onto the ground and take a nap, and they make that exhale, that's what you do when you get older.
Yeah. But I'm not gonna lie, I enjoy getting older. I like how little cares I have left to give as I get older.
T9 says what she wouldn't give to be 50. Well, start saying things like hullabaloo and fiddle faddle. What are we?
Jiggery pokery.
Okay.
So, and we were just talking about this. Sandwich bags, right? Packing groceries. Try to bring what you can to avoid spending money on property. Jay, you mentioned always a first aid kit, right?
I always bring a first aid kit in my bag to the parks.
Yeah.
Just, you never know if you're going to blister. It's going to ruin your day.
Right.
Any kind of cut. Keep something like always keep like a safety pin in there, because if you pop a button on your shorts because too many churros.
You might, right? Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Just I'm very, very. I always go in there. Better safe than sorry.
Yeah. Kim spends about a month packing for our Disney trips, and there's so many different bags of toiletries, but we use so much of it, and it saves you money.
And I was going to actually, in honor of Miss Kim, say, when you're packing, some folks have it down to a science, like Miss Kim. Like she's got tiers of packing. It takes her weeks.
It does.
That was one of the, and I don't know if this is on here later, but this is probably a good place to say it. Like being really mindful, having a good list, thinking about all of those things, and talking with folks that go to Disney often.
Right. What do you need?
Really helpful.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. What would you need? There is a first aid station. They do sell over-the-counter medicines at most of the checkouts at most of the inside stores. But
how about ponchos?
What would you need?
Right. Bring ponchos so you're not because it's Florida, it rains a lot.
And you can find ponchos like at the dollar store.
Right, exactly. Versus very cool ponchos at Disney World for $10 or $15, whatever they are. But again, you know, maybe your poncho doesn't have Mickey Mouse on it, but it costs you $1.
Right.
So
I'm gonna admit this to everybody here. Two things I always have in my bag when I'm going to the parks.
Alcohol and a razor blade.
Those two, but those I keep in my hair.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, how do you get through 30?
I wear my hair really big, really
yeah,
big,
fluffy.
Yeah. Okay, so I always have the anti-chafing stick in my bag, the one that you glides across your
glide stick, yes,
to keep you from hurting the next day or later in the day. That and the blister one, where you it's like a deodorant stick, but for blisters when you rub it on your feet and your toes, and it really helps.
Yeah, Kim bought out the contemporary store when we stayed at Bay Lake like 3 years ago because she got such bad blisters. She bought every single, I think, first aid item they had, all the moleskin, the Band-Aids, the blister things. I want to apologize whoever stayed there at that time and couldn't find anything for their blisters. Kim bought it.
Bought it all.
But yeah, Jay, I mean, you don't want to get a blister at Disney World because you're walking a lot. You don't want it to ruin your trip. Yeah.
If you want to bring new shoes, get those shoes 6 weeks in advance and start breaking it in right there.
Yes, exactly. That's a great tip. You don't want to buy sneakers and shoes right before you go to Disney World and then like, I'm going to wear these the whole time and I haven't broken them in yet.
You're doing a marathon. If you're going to like rope drop to close, you're going to walk at least 10 miles.
Yep.
You are nonstop all day. You're going to just sweat out every fluid you drank. You are going to be tired, dirty, sweaty. Be prepared to do a marathon in a day.
Hydrocortisone, Becky is saying, consider a grocery service because, and yes, you're going to pay more than your local grocery service at home, but you're not going to pay as much as Disney prices. So if you buy food and some of these grocery services, like Garden Grocer, we've done Dizzy Dolphin. They were great. You're going to actually save. So you're going to have food. And if you order alcohol, beer, wine, whatever, they'll ship it right to your resort. So you're still going to save money. Yeah. What else do we have? Oh, who brought up Memory Maker? I think Lisa or that was you, right?
I did.
Memory Maker.
I suggested doing the Memory Maker, which is Disney's photo service, which you can have any PhotoPass photographer take your picture. If you're wearing a Magic Band, then when you're on the attraction, several attractions have those automatic pictures. But especially your first trip, when you're gonna meet like Mickey and Minnie and all of the characters, any of the princesses, you want to make sure that you have that captured.
Right. And you don't have to worry about it because someone's taking the photo for you.
Right.
You don't want to carry a giant camera into the park. You don't have to. You get the Memory Maker. And if you buy it in advance, I think it's $139 versus like their $169. There is some sort of.
I just had a client buy it. I think it was $159 in advance and maybe $169 there. But
there is a discount buying it in advance.
A little discount in advance, and then you just don't have to worry about it. You can walk up to any Disney photographer. You can ask for magic shots where you're holding Tinkerbell.
I love magic shots.
I love the magic shots. And if you see, if you see a photographer out in the middle of somewhere, not with a character, a lot of times they do have something magic on their camera. So I always like that. Oh, yeah. Mary said it's $199.
Yeah, and they don't like it when you try to smash Tinkerbell in the picture. I found out.
Yeah, you don't want to. You just have to hold her. Right. Yeah. Like,
or give her bunny ears. That doesn't work.
But if you choose to not pay for the Memory Maker, then go ahead and make sure you have a battery charger packed in your bag because you would have a battery charger, backup battery, whatever, because there's going to be things.
Battery chargers.
You always have one, no matter what. Yes. I got a new one just for this last trip.
Yeah, we bring 4 with us. Right. Everyone has one, and there's an extra one, and they're charged that night. And Lisa, thank you for reminding me. Battery chargers, battery packs. I'm gonna. And again, not a sponsor, but Anchor. This is my favorite brand. Anchor makes terrific battery, chargers or backpack, whatever they're called, chargers. device chargers. They're insane. You can get huge ones or little ones, whatever you want, but the Anchor has great output. So that's a great tip.
And find the one that's right for you. And what I do is, like, when I go into a show like Tiki Room or Country Bears, I'll plug it in real quick and just charge that 20 minutes. Or when I go to eat, I also get it, if you want, get a cable long enough for your phone from the backpack to the charger. You can just slide. You'll look like a dork, and I don't mind doing it.
Oh no, I do it. Yeah. I have a backpack that has this like loop on the outside of it, and inside there's the cord, and so you could put your device inside the bag, and then your charging device, right, and it plugs inside the backpack. And then on the outside, the thing, your USB plugs into it. So you can have the USB cord going from your backpack into your device. I bought that backpack specifically for Disney, because it'll hold the charger. I'm looking for, I know Alan did say he had a tip earlier, and I want to join
us, but he lied.
He lied because he's eating Gideon's cookies. Let's see what his tip was, though. I thought it was something to do with tickets. Let's see. I'm going to find it. Oh.
Just look for the smile. You'll find it.
And Jason, you mentioned, so one thing about Memory Maker, if you're going with friends, not family, only one person in the group needs to get Memory Maker, not everybody.
Because you can share it with everybody after the trip.
Right. So, and you can share plans. That's another thing in the app. You could share your plans. So if I'm going to Disney and Jay's going, we can link our plans, and I can let Jay see my plans. But not only that, but he could also see my Memory Maker, which he's in or I'm in. Right. Alan said if you're going more than 9 days, get an annual pass. So an annual pass.
Are they selling annual passes to non-Florida residents right now?
They just stopped.
They just stopped.
Within the last
Alan, he's fired.
Yeah, but that's a really good point, though, because as soon as they start again, that's why.
Right.
Even being from Indiana, we were annual pass holders for years pre-COVID. So it made sense when we would go 2 or 3 weeks a year. We more than paid our money. Plus, when I'd go down to Orlando for conferences. In the evenings, I would go stroll Epcot and then go back to my conference in the day. But, it was super convenient. And I never felt bad about only spending 3 or 4 hours in a park because we had that flexibility.
Yeah. So here, I'll give you another. So I got an annual pass last year because, Kim being a teacher, we go spring break. Spring break last year was April. Next year, 2023 is April. The timing of it, I'm going to get 2 trips out of the annual pass. So versus we did 8 park days, and next year we're going to do 8 park days. So versus buying 2 different types of passes for each trip, I got an annual pass that covers both trips.
And park hoppers on top of it.
And park hopper, right. Yeah. So you want to, if you're planning multiple trips here, you want to look at the annual pass, or a long trip, one long trip you want to see, is the annual pass worth it once they're back out again for non-Florida residents.
Right.
Solar recovery,
I hate to say it, there is a part of me, because I'm moving to Florida, that's like, no, they shouldn't be for people outside the state.
Now you're gonna change your tune. You're like,
exactly. Hey, Yellow Shoes, I got a suggestion for you.
Yeah, I think, and this is just our tips. There's so many things.
I think we should do a part 2.
Yeah, I know we could.
We can have folks ask.
Once you start getting into the nitty gritty of the hullabaloo and the fiddle faddle, there's a lot more detail out there, Mary. But
we could come back to this and do like the nitty gritty part.
Definitely.
We've given you the 100 level. Now let's give you like the 200 level.
I just thought another one. Disney travel agents. They're free to you. If you call up Disney and you book a trip, and this is something we told Kim's friend John, the person you talk to on the phone, they are a travel agent for Disney. They're a cast member. Lisa is a travel agent. If I book a trip and Lisa helps me, I don't pay her. She gets a commission through Disney, right?
Correct.
So I don't have to pay her. She's free to me. She's booking my trip, and she's going to help me. And Disney travel agents are more than just booking your trip, because they're going to help you with your dining reservations.
Mhm.
They can help explain stuff like Genie Plus. They can help explain how you would go about getting a DAS pass. So it's not just like, oh, I'm going to the Caribbean, and they help you book your airfare and your resort, and then they're done with you. A
Right.
Disney travel agent goes
I
further.
like having a travel agent because I feel like I have an advocate, and even when I'm there, I can just send Lisa a text real quick and be like, Lisa, I'm having a problem. What do you think I should do? Or,
Right.
Right.
And
Right.
people do. Like, I get messages several different hours of the day. I just had a family traveling last week, or within last week, and I was checking on them to make sure everything was okay. Like, did you get to your reservation in time? How's everything going? They're like, we're having a blast. Everything's good. But we also spent hours on the phone. Like, it was their first trip. They wanted to make sure they were only going 2 days. They wanted to make sure they got everything that was important in. So I got to know them quite a bit. And so it's really helpful to have somebody there. You never know if something's going to go wrong, and you may not get exactly the cast member that will listen to you. So
imagine finding yourself so lost and frustrated on this trip, of being able to just call Lisa and be like, Lisa, I don't know what I'm doing. Help.
Right.
My old neighbor, Kevin, used to live right next door. He booked a trip, shortly after he moved. He wanted to take his family, and he picked my brain, and I helped him. And a couple times he messaged me, there during his trip too. And he's like, what do I do with this? And just helped him out. And I love when people ask me. I'm not a travel agent, but I get like that. Do you ever see Matrix when the binary digits start going to his head? Like when someone asks me a question about their trip, I just start getting like
starts going.
Like binary digits.
Binary,
I just feel like all of a sudden there's so many things coming at me, and I'm like, oh God, I have to help them. Yeah.
Well, and it's fun. Like, that's the only reason I do it. It's because I have a different full-time job, but I used to get asked so often, what do you help me plan for Disney, help me do this.
Right.
It's like, well, at least I can help my family a little bit with with this. And now I've taken all, done the Disney College of Knowledge, and so like I have their actual training plus what I already know. So
right.
I mean, you should.
You're an expert, basically.
I wouldn't ever call myself probably an expert in anything, but
I'm going to call you.
We're going to call you, expertly. Yeah. As a matter of fact, next week, change your name.
Your next day now. Yeah, you're expert,
right.
Lisa.
It'll be Smelly Allen, Expert Lisa.
There we go.
Skipper J and TD David. And I don't know, Kim. Well, no, next weekend there is no show. Maybe are we taking the night off because I'm having a surprise party? I know that. Right?
We can do the show. We can do the show for you.
If you guys want to do the show, that's cool.
Yeah.
And I'm not even going to try to tune in because I probably will not be functional.
Please don't try to tune in. Please.
Clothes are optional.
I want him to.
Yeah, clothes are optional at this party. It is a surprise party. Hi, Carol Gale. It's a surprise party. It is tiki themed, and who knows? I might just be wearing a
party.
Yes, come on! I told you guys. You're invited. No show next weekend. Well, yes, it's a surprise party for someone we know. But you guys are more than welcome to. So we'll talk about it during the week. Yeah, that's up to you. And maybe Smelly Allen can join, and Lisa. But
he will be here next week.
Yeah, and Kim and I will be off.
You guys have a great time. Dave, happy birthday.
Yeah, thanks. The 19th, Father's Day and 50th birthday. Big times. What the hell kind of party is it? You know what, Mary? Let's call it Hullabaloo.
You know what? A tiki party, a tiki drink party is my kind of party.
Yeah.
It's a tiki
If I didn't live like 8 states away, I would come crash.
I'm going to be wearing coconuts and a lei.
Dress, skirt.
Maybe a dress. Yeah, maybe skirts are optional.
I have no shame in my game. I'll come with a full hoop out.
Thank you, Lily Johns. Yes. If you can make it, come. But until next weekend, again, thank you, everyone. Thank you for tuning in and chilling out with us.
No coconuts.
And no coconut. Come on, Kim. Don't forget our sponsors, dvc-rental.com and dmagicworld.com. and our awesome co-hosts Lisa and Skipper Jay, and well, Kim and Alan are not joining us tonight, but they're still awesome. And you guys, we love you all.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Thanks so much for spending your Saturday night with us.
Seriously, yeah, it means a lot to us. Definitely. We're gonna do our little outro, and we're gonna say goodbye, y'all.
On the button, and you just tell me when.
Go for it.
Good night, everybody.
Bye, all.